Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, in this video I am going to talk about email notification in details. So guys, just be with me. If you have little bit knowledge, and even if you don't have a little bit knowledge, like you are going to write first time any email notification, I'll be covering from very simple way, and I will be starting from the very beginning of the email notification, and moving on I will be going in details. Fine. So if you have a little bit knowledge, still this video help you a lot to understand the many other things as well. So guys, let's start now guys. So first let's start with the what are the things I'm going to cover in this email notification, so that you will be having an idea, that means how much you know about email notification and what you will learn from this video. Fine. So let's start now. So first guys, so I'll be talking about the very basic email setup, like how we can trigger an email, or what are the prerequisites to send an email from the ServiceNow, right? So we have to do little bit setup. So in all the environment, by default we cannot send the email, so we have to do little bit setup on properties, right? Fine. So anyway, I'll be talking about in details. So second thing, I'll be creating an email notification, very simple notification I'll be creating, and I'll be explaining you each and every attribute which is related to email notification. What is the use of those attributes? You can able to get that after watching this video. Fine. So next I'll be talking about advanced email setup guys. So this is the things I'm going to take much time on the point third, right? So in this I'll be talking about the advanced level of email configuration basically, right? So let's check it out. What are the things I'm going to cover? So first I'll be talking about advanced condition for email notifications. So we have a simple condition, how we can write our own advanced condition, so that also we can see. Fine. So next I'll be talking about the edit HTML content in an email notification. Guys, if you have a little bit knowledge about your HTML code, then we will see how we can embed our HTML code in the email notifications, right? Next point, I'll be talking about the document attachment on email notification. Guys, either two way we can attach the notification. Either like we can send as a attachment, we can send your file as a attachment in the email, but if file is too heavy or lengthy, then we can just give the link for those attachment links, so that the receiver, whoever the receiving the email, they can just click on that link and they can download it. So both way we can see it. Fine. So after making all the changes, like before committing our changes, we have to preview our notifications, right? So that we will cover how we can preview and how our actual notification looks like. Fine. So next I'll be talking about the time zone for email notification. We can append, if we are including any date field in our notification, then time zone would be the default of the system time zone, but we can change it. If we don't want, then we can just skip that time zone in the email notification. Fine, we'll see that as well. Next I'll be talking about the specify alternative outbound email address for notifications. So guys, so alternative outbound email address, I mean to say, like if you have configured the like abc@yourdomain.com, right, or from @servicenow.com, but you don't want @servicenow.com, you want your address, like your company address, abc@yourcompany name.com, something like that. So how we can do that, and we see that as well. Fine. So specify a outbound email address for a particular language as well. So if you are sending a notification in a particular language other than the like English, then how we can configure that, we will see that as well. Fine. And the final guys, we will be talking about the notifications variable. There are many notifications variable out of box are there. we will use it, like if we want to subscribe, unsubscribe, by default the variables are there, so we will see those as well. Fine. So in the advanced email setup, we will be talking about these many steps, guys. Fine. So next I'll be talking about the email template, how we can use a email template in notification. Definitely we will be looking for email layout, like email layout is a part of email template, so we will look how we can design our layout for the notifications. Fine. Then sixth, I'll be talking about the watermark on notification emails. Like if you have seen any email coming from the ServiceNow, in the down top of the email, every email, I can say there would be a watermark, like MSG something, it is number is there, right? So that is a very important. Whenever you are reverting back to ServiceNow, they will identify using that watermark basically. Fine. So next I'll be talking about the troubleshooting notifications email, like well, everything you have done the setup, but still notification is not getting triggered. So we will see like 16 to 17 predefined or common errors, we can say, during the troubleshooting of notifications, right? Fine. So finally I will be talking about the last one, that is trigger email through event. Like we can trigger a event email notification through the event generation as well. We will see how we can generate our own event and how we can trigger those, so that notification will get automation process. Fine. So these are the things, guys, I'm going to cover in this email notifications, right? So let's start now, guys. Fine. So first I'll be talking about basic email setup. So let's go to the our instance and we will see. So first of all, guys, just type email, not emails. Email, you have to look for the email over here. Here. So under the email, here it's under the system properties, we have a email properties. So just click over here, guys. One more thing I have, I think, not written down, that we can also see how we can send the manual email. Like we are not generating email, we want, like from the Outlook we are sending it. Same way how we can send the email from ServiceNow, right? So that also we will see. So guys, over here, so in the email properties, what you have to do is you have to check the two property basically. Email sending enabled. So if you are enabling this, then all the email will trigger from the ServiceNow. If by default it is disabled, so if you want the email to be triggered from your ServiceNow, then this thing has to be there. Sorry guys, I did. Fine. So anyway, so this thing has to be checked basically. Fine. So what you have to do for this, guys, so this should be checked. Fine. Now, so right now I have not checked it out because I don't want to email to be triggered from my instance. Now this is for outbound, guys. For inbound means incoming mail, whenever you are sending an email to ServiceNow, then this checkbox has to be checked. If you are not checking this checkbox, then ServiceNow will not receive an email, right? We will see in the upcoming in couple of moment what is the address on that we have to send an email, so that ServiceNow can receive the your email from your Outlook basically. Fine. So here about a time zone, guys, I was talking about. So this is the properties over here. By default it is true, that means it will append the time zone, whatever the time zone you have set it for default, for instance, that will take from here. If you don't want to time zone included in your notifications email body, just uncheck it and save with this. Fine. So I'm not going to do that. So this is the little bit configuration, guys, you have to do, right? And most important things guys, where we can check whether the email has been triggered and what kind of email has been triggered. So for that we have a one table called emails, sysemails, right? So here you can see all the emails which been triggered or received, uh, all the record would be present over here. Fine. So based on the type we can identify what kind of mail has been triggered or whether it is received, something like that. Fine. So this is the, just you have to type the emails, and here under the system logs just look for the emails. So here you can check your all incoming or outgoing emails. Fine guys, so next this was the little bit overview of email setup. Only things we have to do, make sure that means you have not enabled the system property in your non-production environment. So basically in production environment only we are enabling it, but for if you want to check it, just check it from here whether the email is incoming or outgoing or not. So it's not recommended to enable this property in your non-prod environment. Fine. So next point is guys, create an email notification. So I'm just going to create a very simple notifications guys. So for that we will see how we can configure our first email notification. So for that guys, what you have to do, there are various way to go to notification. So maybe you, if you like to go from the navigation, just type a notification over here. Fine. So under that system notifications, so here the email is there, we are interested for this. Fine. So I'm just going to click on this, so it will give me the list down the all the notification which has been created in the instance as of now, or all are true by default. So these many notification are already created. So and by the way, for which table we are going to create a notification. So for that you know that guys, like in my every video I am following one module called my incident, right? So I'm going to create a notification on this incident in this table basically. Fine. So basically it's up to you from where you are coming, whether you are directly coming from the navigation, just click on the new button is there. It will ask you to fill the form for the notifications. Fine. This is the one way guys, I personally like whenever I want to create a notification, first I go to the table, basically right click, go to configuration, and here notifications is there. So I used to click it over here. What ServiceNow it gave me the all the notification which been created in that particular table itself, means this table itself. I will simply create it, click on the new button. It will give me the same form basically. If you can compare with this form, it will give me the same form, right? But the only difference is if you can see here, table is not selected, and here by default table is selected. So I'm good to go with writing a name and the conditions. So first thing guys, here it is asking, so let me change the view. Yeah, okay, it is not allowing, so it has to say okay. Fine. So what I'm going to guys, I'm going to create one notification. Let's take a use case, one scenario, like I'm just going to open this, and I'm going to write an email when cause by change, just say cause by change is getting change, then we want to trigger a notification to the requested for guys. Right. So whenever someone is changing the change request, or if it is empty, from empty to if someone is attaching any change request on this, that time I want to send a notification for this fellow basically who is requested for. Fine. So for that what I'm going to do, I'm going to write notify user cr CR means change request, guys. Here notify users, notify requested for when CR changes, right? So this name I have given here, just simple give the name. Here you have to select the table. So if you are coming from here, basically you have to select the table, right? So for right now, for this example, by default system has selected a my incident table, right? This application shows that you are getting this notification under the global application. Active means like if you want to make it active or inactive, like later on you want to make it inactive, so you just uncheck this box. So right now we are getting it, so make this active if you want to be active. Category, guys, on which category you are putting this notification, you have to select. There are many categories, you can create your also, fine. So based on that in categorization, this email will belongs to, fine. Allow digit, I will come on this little bit later. Let me in the advanced section I will cover this allow digest, fine. So when you want to send it, so there are three tabs, guys, basically over here. So when to send, who will receive, and what it will contain. It's a very informative section, form section is there, guys. So when to send, it is clearly saying when you want to send this notifications. So I said record, insert or update, event is fire and triggered. So we are interested in upper two, right? Record, inserted or updated, and event is fired. So right now I'm going with the record, inserted or updated. Means whenever a record is getting insert or update on this my incident, this notification it will get triggered. So I have to do the checkbox, right? So insert or update, if you want only to be a notification to be triggered on the update, you just click uncheck the inserted, so it will be only trigger for the updated. Let me check both way, fine. So on top of it, guys, still if you want to give any conditions, then we can give. So our use case is saying whenever couch wise change is getting changed, or then we have to trigger this notification. So what I will be selecting, couch by change. Couch by change, first of all I will say is not empty, and couch by change changes. So any value it will change, and it should be not empty, then it should trigger this notification. So our first triggering point we have configured it, right? So trigger point we have configured. So when to send, when like insert or update, updated or inserted, we have added the our conditions as well, fine. Let's move on to the new section that is called who will receive, means who will receive these notifications. So as per our use case scenario, requested for whoever the name selected in this requested for attribute, that person received the email, right? So what we have to select here, it is there groups and users. So here we have select the requested for, you have to just look for the requested for, requested for, just drag in this and just close this tab. And this section says, guys, so if you want to send a notification to particular users, so you have a users list if you want to add it, but this is, guys, a static. So each and every time this user will get a notification. So if you have that way any scenario or use case, then you can use this users field directly from the users table, right? But in this case it will send the notification whoever mentioned in the requested for attribute, right? Group, guys, if you want to send a notification to any group, then you just select the group over here. So if I'm selecting a database group, so all the time this notifications will trigger to group member of database. In this example we are not interested with the group section. Subscribable, guys, if you want to subscribe like kind of subscribe channel, same way if you want to send a notification to your users, that time you can just make it subscribable. fine. In this case we don't want to make it, so this is a kind. Anyway, I'm going to cover in next in subscribable in advanced way. Fine. So third section, guys, it is saying email template, subject, and the message. So email template, anyway, I'm going to cover in the advanced section, so I'm just for leave it as of now. This is for like subscribe or unsubscribe link you will be getting in the your mailbox. So subject, guys, what I'm going to say, notification, same thing. Just going to make it notify CR has been changed, or we can write CR has been changed, right? And here we will be giving our incident, right? So don't worry, guys, I will be explaining you, or we can make it incident has changed the incident, or we will say incident has been updated with CR, right? So here number it will come, this incident has been updated with CR, right? Now here, guys, we have to write our message, so I'll be writing hi requested for, right? So here we have a requested for thing that this is the like a direct selection, guys. So hi, and here it will come name, hi, your incident has been updated with new CR, right? Regards, ServiceNow help desk. Anyway, so as of now I'm just giving a simple one, and if you want to give the like incident number, so you can just add it from here, whatever the details you want it, right? So let me add it the cause by change basically, so that they can get notified cause by change. So cause, fine. So let me save it, guys. So these are things only we have to do it. Right click and save this. Fine. So now record got saved, and now we have option to go to advanced view over here. You can see here, let me just click on the advanced view. You will see we will be having now more option basically in each tab, right? So guys, before that this option was not present, so this was the advanced setup, that's why it is now we are in the advanced view. We can do advanced setup. If you are not doing this step also, your email notification will work perfectly fine. So I'm not going to do any changes as of now. So anyway, I'm going to do a testing, and before testing how our email looks like, how we can check, we have a preview notifications over here, guys. Fine. So let me click on that. We will see the how our notification will look like once it will hit our email. Fine. So here it is saying I system administrator, your incident has been updated with the new CR, this change has been given, regards, so you know, and here the sorry, it is coming unsubscribe and notifications preferences. Fine, we will see this, we will also talk about these two, how we can edit it and how we can add our own also in advance in my upcoming video, right? So anyway, so it's time to do a testing now, guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change this from 7, so I'm going to change the something 5, and I'm going to save the incident. And before that, let me just refresh it. As of now only one is email notification is there, so let me save this. it should trigger a notifications, right? So our trigger condition is got matched now, because before that it was having some x value, and now we have changed with the different value. So let me just refresh it. Now as you can see guys, here this one, it's got incident, or this incident has been updated with CR. So this is the subject line we have given, right? So in the notification, where is our, yes, in this notification, this is the subject line. So did you understand guys? So this number, it means it is giving the number, this number basically, right? So here, from here also we can preview it how it's look like guys. So just open that notification and just come down, and here you will be finding a related links to preview HTML body. So this is the actual notification look like, and this is the reference guys I was talking about, ref msg something it is there. So this is total, this is 20 character, total is I think 31 character is there. Fine. So these all things we will be talking in details guys. So anyway we will be covering, but here guys, so this is the simple way. If you don't know anything about the email notification and your client is asking you to configure, just simply ask when to send, who is going to receive, and what it will contain. So just configure 3 section, your notifications will work perfectly, it will work, right? Fine guys, so in next part of this email notifications video, we will be checking out advanced email setup. Like we will be talking about this, of course we will be talking about this as well. Fine guys, thank you, then see you in next part of this video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, this is the part 2 of notification, email notification series basically. If you have not watched my first part of email notification, please go and watch that first. On that first part, I have discussed about the very basic concept about the email notification, like how we can create, what are the prerequisite which need to be set up before sending a notifications, right? And where is the place where we can check whether notification has been sent or received, right? So this video I'm going to continue from part 1, and we will add some advanced level email setup. Fine, so let's start now guys. So first, advanced level setup we will see over here. So advanced condition for the email notification. So this is the things guys, I'm going to use the same email notification which I have created in my last video, right? And last part of this first part of this email notification series, right? So this notification I have created. So here what I'm going to do, before that I had given the simple condition like caused by change is not empty, or caused by change is changes. This is the simple condition I have given, but just think of it like whenever we are looking for the some complex conditions, and that complex condition is cannot be achievable by this simple conditions, right? On that condition we have to write a script, right? So here in the advanced condition we can write our script, and we will return true or false value so that our trigger condition work. Fine guys, so what I'm going to do guys, so I'm not going to use this notification. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a fresh notifications. Just it will not take in a minute. I'm just going to create it. Fine, so let me just duplicate it, and from here I'll be creating a notifications. This time what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a notification for the assignment group. Fine, sign notif. Fine, so I'm not going to choose the category here. Active is fine. When to send, insert or updated. We'll see this event fire in upcoming session, and here to say save. Fine, and I'm going to move to from legacy view to advanced view. Now our advanced options are now enabled. So here what we are going to do, we are going to check assignment group is first of all not empty, and assignment group changes, right? It will change from any from X to Y, Y to Z, anything, but it should not be empty. On top of that, guys, we are going to add one more condition. That means this condition we are going to say, let me copy this script. I'm going to write, don't worry guys, I will explain you this piece of code. Okay, so this is basically a trigger condition. So gs dot get user, this is the it will give the object of the current logged in users. So we are making one condition that gs dot get users is a member of, we want to send a notification. This is a special kind of notification only for VIP users, like something like that. So let me go to a group table and let's say a network group. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm telling to the system that okay, and this, yeah, right. So I'm telling the system, hey, please send a notification, sorry, don't send a notifications if ticket belongs to network group. Just a random I have just given the condition. This is not as per any use case, but this is the right now we have taken a use case. If a ticket belongs to this group, then it should not trigger the notifications. So we don't want to notify network team if it is a ticket assigned to network group. Fine. So this is the condition, and here I am put at the not, means it will give the not. And this function, guys, if you have a little bit knowledge about the JavaScript, this is a onload function, so by default this script will run. Fine. So now let's go to next. Who is going to receive the same person requested for, this is the one, and find want to send a, I'm coming back to this again, guys, what it will contain. Here I'm going to say, see, dent to say per has been assigned to group, right? So this is the subject line I have given, and hi team see assigned your group. Fine. Regards. Fine, guys. So if you want to add it the condition, because I'm going to use it with the emailer script, so as of now I'm not putting any conditions over here, any field directly from here. Fine. So fine. So this is also a simple condition I have done it, guys. So let me just explain it once more, like one conditions or one topic I was covering. So advanced condition for the email notification. So here we have configured. So this is the advanced condition, and we have configured over here. Fine, guys. So let me now explain a little bit more about it. So here wait is there, guys. So what does it mean by wait over here? So wait indicate that, guys, if you have a kind of a similar conditions, and you are triggering a email from the same table, and in one action, I can say on one event, 2 or 3 notification is getting triggered. So based on the weight, if you have given 10, so highest weight notification will only trigger by the ServiceNow. Let me give you the practical example. I hope you get confused what I'm trying to say over here. So let's understand with one example, like a practical example. Fine. Fine guys, so over here just think that means while closing incident, like while closing close complete, we are triggering, we have configured one notification. So why once it is closed, it should trigger to we have to notify to the requester, right? That means your incident has been closed. Same time, while closing the ticket, we have updated the work note section, like closed. So on the every update of the work note, we have written one conditions, sorry, one notification. That means if you are updating a work note, then means it will trigger the notification, one notification. So let me show you. I have already done it, so I'm just going to comment this work note over here. I'm just going to post it. So now incident got commented. So in the emails, so in the emails logs, one email should be triggered. So it will trigger, that means incident has been commented or incident commented. Some, yes, comments added. So this is the simple notification I have given. So we have added the comment and notification got triggered. We have also triggered created one notification which will trigger on the closure of the incident. And while closing the incident, same time I have given the work note also. So in this case guys, it this comment added notifications got redundant, right? Anyway, requested person is going to receive a closure notification. Then why in the closure notification itself, this work note will get captured. So in this case guys, work note get redundant. So here the weight basically come into the picture, right? So if you have given the work note like a closure one as a 10 and your commented one as a 5, on that case guys, a 5 will get skipped and it will show you over here. It will come over here, but it will say ignored or something, and the your final one, that means the closed one which is having a higher numbers in the weight, that will get triggered. So this is the mean of the weight. Fine. I hope you are now clear with the weight terminology over here, right? So if you just do a mouse over, is to decide which notification take precedence when more than one qualifies, right? So if on the same event, if more than one notification get qualified, so based on that this weight numeric value, it will decide which has to be triggered. Fine. Now come to the who will receive section. So here it's a static value guys. You just click and it will add directly. Or you just want to delete it, just cross it. If you want to pick from anyone from the users table, you can just pick it out, right? This is the static guys. So all the time this guy will receive an email. So this is not the way, basically good way to do a configure your email notification, right? Subscribable guys, so once you will do check this box, means it will ask you to affected field on event. So params 1 or params 2, you have to select it, and the item table, so from which item basically tables you have to select. Fine. Now send to event creator. By default, I think Jakarta onwards, ServiceNow providing a default checkbox, like it will send an email to the event creator as well, right? But one more thing over here, it is check is there guys. So if event creator is a part of the this group, or if you are sending a email to your group, and your event creator is a part of this group, then ServiceNow is smart enough to identify that means you are already part of this group, so he will not system will not send a notification twice, right? If it is not part of the recipient group, basically recipient list, that time only system will send this notification to event creator, right? So this is a cool feature by the ServiceNow basically. Fine. So over here now guys, yeah, so one more option is there guys over here. So once we will select the event is fire, it will ask to the event name selection. So this we will cover in the upcoming session basically, so I'm not going to cover the event one right now. Fine, so let's move on the next section, which is having a huge things to be discussed over here, right? So let's discuss one by one over here. So what is the content type basically? So there are three types of default ServiceNow provide, that is the HTML and plain text. HTML only and the plain text only. Plain text only means we cannot append like a bold signature and bold and div tag like that. So you cannot I can say append or prepend your HTML tag basically in your content. Fine. So if you are selecting a simple plain text, then so it's better to select the HTML only, so or HTML plain text. So anyone like I used to select the HTML only. Fine. So now this importance one guys, so it's a higher priority or low priority, what kind of like we while sending a email from the Outlook also we are setting the importance, right? So same way it will act guys over here. Fine. So it's up to you, up to your scenario or requirement, you have to select it. Fine. By default it will be the none. Include attachment guys, so this is the important one over here. Include attachment means while sending a notification, if attachment is there with the record, it will include all the attachment and it will attach to your email notifications. Fine. So no need to do any extra configuration for this. If you want to be send all the attachment, as you can see here right now we have attached the two, and you wanted to send a attachment with the attachment, then you just check your checkbox over here, include attachment. Fine. I would say it's not recommended if it is, if you know that means incident is going to have a very this is having a like a 2-3 KB or within a MB size, then only it's recommended. Otherwise it will take little time, I can say, to send a notification. So it's better to give a link so that stakeholder, whoever the receiving this notification, they can click on the link and they can download it from there, right? Fine. So now let's move on to the omit watermark guys. I have showed you like let me just do it the preview. Fine. So here let me just click on the preview. Yeah, I will show you which watermark I'm talking about. So basically here there is no watermark. It will get attached with each and every email, like MSG something it was there. So let me go to the emails and from here we can check it, right? So here we will do the preview. So this is the watermark guys. So this is a very important for ServiceNow. If you are going to integrate email notifications, then this reference will help. Basically if you are deleting this, then ServiceNow will not recognize to whether it has to be updated or create a new record like that. Fine. So every time it will create a new record if it is this reference is watermark is not there with the email. Fine. So if you don't want like this watermark to be there in the email, then you just simply click on the omit watermark. Fine. Push message only, this is related to mobile, and push message is also like what are the message we are going to pass to the mobile notification. So that anyway, I'm going to make a separate series. Basically a series is coming on the way. It is, I'm working on that mobile view, right? So nowadays, like if you are working with the Paris and if you are not using mobile, like every client nowadays start using a mobile if they are upgraded to Paris instance, because they have come up with the awesome functionality and awesome UI interface basically. So I'm working on that mobile view. So if you want to understand like how mobile and how we can do a customization, just wait for that, it will come soon. Fine. So this is both related to mobile. So once we will have this on mobile, I'll be talking about this push notifications as well. From email I was talking about, guys, that means on top of this by default it is sending from the ServiceNow. So I think I forgot to tell you, just email configuration, so my email account, guys. Yeah, so I could have showed you this in the very first video basically. Sorry guys, I forgot it tell you this. So this is the account setup, like SNMP or POP setup over here. Like we are sending through which SNMP protocol we are sending an email, right? So email, it will come from this IT service desk. You can change it anytime as per your convenience, right? But here, guys, this SMTP ServiceNow SMTP basically protocol we are using right now. So mail will trigger from the ServiceNow SMTP server. If you want to configure yourself, that means your company from your email account, then you have to manage it from here. Like you have to configure the new one. So you have to just make it inactive and you just create a new one and do your test connection if you have a SMTP configuration. So connection secure, here you have to provide a port number, and from email right now it is going this email, and you have to provide your email like Runjay @servicenow helpdesk.com. So this is my domain basically. So from, if you are sending an email from this domain, then you have to just configure from your SMTP server configuration over here. You have to just deactivate it and create a new over here. Here it will give you the option. But guys, here is the limitation. So basically here you have to provide the SNMP. So username, password, just provide it, right? So if it is a SSL secure or a stateless, so whatever is the configuration you have to provide it over here. Here it will come the server details. Fine guys. So SMTP, it will use for the sending, and POP3 it will get used for the receiving the notifications. Fine. So this two, if you want to set up your ones, then you have to modify these two setup basically. Fine. Now where I was, guys? Oh yeah, so on this notification, so from on top of that, guys, so if you don't want to change it, just let's suppose you don't want to change your email account, it should be some from the ServiceNow itself. But on some condition, on particular conditions, if you want to send a notification from the particular email, then you just reply, just your from email, type it over here, and reply to, same as the reply to, when person will reply to the same email, it will come from here. So in this condition, what it will get used, guys, so to reply to email, few company, even I have worked with a few company like that, they wanted to send an email not directly to the ServiceNow. They will ask you to send a email to a X email address, and from that email address they have written a forward rule from that email to a ServiceNow, right? So on that case, if you are replying to, then it will trigger to you that your particular email address, and from that particular email address it will trigger to the ServiceNow. So if you want to that way, then here is the configuration, you can do it. And this configuration, guys, this will this is as per the notification. This is not generic for every notification. So if you are appending a from or to address over here, this will only applicable for this notification. It will not a generic one. Fine. So email templates, guys, over here, email template is something like we have to build uh, uh, kind of template, and we can use that template in each and every notifications, right? So this is a one template, guys. So in previous notifications also we have used this template, unsubscribe and preferences, right? So this template, let's check it out, guys. So let me open in the new tab what it is mean by this. Fine. So this is the template by default ServiceNow has given, and here we can set our subject line, everything. Just think about one scenario, like in each and every scenario you need a like subject line or something, not subject line, but at least you need a like a header and footer same, right? On that condition, what you have to do, you just go with the email template. So from here also you can go it, guys. So let me email, just somewhere it would be there, email template. So looking for the email template. Yeah. So under the system notification, under the email we have a template. So here all the templates will come, right? So now let me just go and create a new one, just for simple purpose I'm going to create. So here what I'm going to say, I can say each and every message and the message text over here, guys, subject line and the name I can provide it, right? So I'm just going to create a test. I'm not going to use the email layout. So test one, and this is also test, just for simple purpose, and this will apply for the incident. So whatever the configuration we are doing in directly in the what it will contain, everything is there in the on this email templates also. Template is a kind of like where we can say repository, guys, over there, like we have in code written in the repository, and we are just pulling that code whenever it is required, and that will producing a same result, right? So in this case, if I'm using this, then what it will say here, let's check it out. So if I will select test, email template, it should work, guys. Get it? Oh, it's did say it's not working. What I'm going to do, I'm just to save this so that it will get refresh. Maybe after refresh it will come. So basically what I'm saying over here, that means this details, this message, everything which will come over here. So this will we don't want to configure here, don't want to configure this, all these things. Fine. So let me just do it, guys. It's over here and pasting over. Fine. So now in this time I will be using test. It is not. Okay, I think layout I have not selected. Let me select the layout, like a defined layout, this one. Okay, I'm sorry, guys, by default it has selected the incident one, so we don't want incident, want our table, right? Let's save this. Fine, now it should give us, yes, now it is coming. We have to select it. So now this test is applicable for any notification. So if you are going to create a new notifications, there also we can select the our test, right? So if I'm going to create a new notification over here, and in what it will contain, we can select it as a test one. Now my incident. Fine. So n number of, now you have a copy. This will sorry guys, this will apply for each and every notification if you are using this template, email template, right? And in email template guys, one more condition was there, that is the email layout. So email layout, it will define what kind of layout you are just appending to your notification. So over there we can define our styling as well. So you can write a styling over here. This is for notifications, so this is for unsubscribe, this is for notification preferences. Fine. So this is simple, like I'm not going to talk much about this, but here we can define our layout basically. So at the footer, so this is basically it will add in the footer section, and this is the styling we have done it, like a text decoration is done in the both cases. Fine. So now till here I hope you guys are clear with this, right? So let me talk anything else I have left it as of now. No. So fine here guys. So in next section, little bit more things I need to cover. Only I have covered the advanced, and whatever the left I have, like we have not covered the HTML editor, document attachment. I will showcase you the live example with that, like how we can attach a multiple attachment with your notifications. So don't worry guys. So here preview email, we have seen this one guys. So preview email notification time zone we have not seen, we will see in the upcoming video. Anyway, fine guys. So in next part of this video series, we will discuss more about advanced notifications. Fine guys, thank you. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, this is the part 3 of notification series. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, it's recommended to go and watch that first, right? So in this guys, in this part 3, I'm going to talk about little bit more advanced level configuration for the email notifications, right? So in order to understand this advanced level of concept, you have to watch the first 2 videos, right? I'm hoping that you have already watched, and now let's continue guys. Fine. So we have seen in the previous video, we have seen that means how we can add our advanced conditions using this code basically. Let's talk about guys, if we know a little bit HTML, how we can edit our content basically, right? So for that what you have to do, just go to, let me open any existing, yeah. So basically we were working on notifications. Let's duplicate and notifications. Fine. So yeah, we were working on the, in the previous example we have seen, we have created this assignment group notify. Fine. So here guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to include the attachment if we want to include the attachment which is attached to the record, but this time we will go one by one over here. So let's say we want to edit our HTML content. So where you have to go, we have to go to what it will contain section. So where is our what it will contain section over here, Now here we can see this. You can see this source code here. It is coming like a source code. If you want to edit it, just need to click over here. So I'm just going to click it. So it will give me to edit the source code, right? So here it is saying hi team, like that. So if you can see here, there is no bold, nothing, it is there, all are HTML code, it is there. So if you want to have like a HTML view, then here you can edit it. So let's say I'm just going to make it this team as a bold. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going for here, I will do this, add a bold tag, right? And I will say okay. So as you can see here, now it's become a bold one, right? So anyway, if you are because it's a HTML editor, so suppose that you want to assign assigned keyword as a bold, so what you have to do, control B, the way it should work in the Excel, right? And if you again go back over here, it will see, it will again, it will add for you, basically internally code will generate it for you, right? But on top of that, if you want to edit with the HTML code, like if you want to append a table, something like that, it will work over here, fine. So like that, fine. So next point it is, guys, a document attachment on the email notification. So what I'm going to do, guys, so for this I'm going to showcase you how we can attach all the attachment link, basically not like as a file we are sending in the email. So if file is having a very big size, like 1 GB or something, that time we cannot send it, right? It has some limitations as well. So it's better to attach a link for that, and a receiver and whoever the receiver guy or Fox, they can click on that link and they can download it. And next we will be talking about how we can attach the report as well. Fine, guys. So for reporting we will see it, but first let's start with the our notifications attachment. So first checkbox, like we have already discussed about this, include attachment field, like we are talking about this. So it will go as a attachment this way. If you will receive an email, it will have these two attachment, but we don't want to send like that. We want to send a link to that. Basically what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add let it little bit big, yeah. So here I'm going to add a link, whatever the attachment is attached to there. It doesn't matter how many attachment is there, we can add those, basically. So for that, guys, what you have to do, we have to just use this script, basically. Fine. So let me just copy this script and paste it over here. Fine. So here is there bold. I've just removed the bold. So basically this is a mail script, guys. So mail script, it has written somewhere else. So where we can find our mail script, right? So this is a mail script format. So this is the keyword, we have to write it down. So first dollar curly braces open mail underscore script colon, till here we have to follow the same syntax. And this is our, suppose that here, let me make it bold. So this one is our mail script name, guys, basically, and then curly braces close. So first let me save this. Fine, let me preview it. And let's check it out. As you can see here, now attachment is coming over here. So what happened, guys, by default attachment is coming. If I'm going to click on anyone, let me see, it's getting downloaded, right? So no need to send as a fully attachment, we are sending a link to download it, basically. Fine. So now let's move to the this attachment, like how it is working, basically. So where we can find it. So for that, guys, what you have to do, just write email script. Under the system notification, under the email, you can find the notification email script. Just open in the new tab and just look for the mail script which you have written. So in this case we have written attach links. So basically this is a out of box email script, guys. You can find it. So here it is there already. Let me open it for you. Fine. So as you can see here, it is calling this. Here we are writing our basically a code, right? So here we are not doing anything else like extra. Here let me explain you how this code is working. So first this line, it is saying glide record means they are doing a attachment table, sys attachment table, where all the attachment will get a store, right? We'll do here over here. So here is basically nothing but a attachment. All the attachment, it will come over here. So they are doing a glide record on that attachment table, right? And then they are passing a sysid, current.sysid. So current, it will work. It will current means we are talking about this, right? So we have sent a notification from the this table. So if you are on the this record means they will send a sysid of this record. It will get over here table sysid. So this will, it will match with the table sysid. So this is current.sysid, nothing but the sysid of that record. So if we will see, let me show you the practical. So this is the sysid. I am copying it, and here we will look for the table sysid. As you can see here, there are two records present over here, right? So table name is u_my. So same two record we will be also getting via the script. So gr.query, if gr.has next, then here we are making it template.print. So this is template.print, guys. It will this is basically a syntax attachment. You are getting this. Let me show you. Fine. So if you are getting this attachment keyword, right? So how it is getting printed? So everything you have to print using a template keyword. So this is the predefined object. We can use it template.print, and here the text is we have given the attachment, and then we are giving the br means line break. So after this printing, attachment printing, we are just breaking one line. So here we are not attaching this attachment directly from here. After line break means in the next line it will start printing in the while next. So in each every line we are printing it, and we are making it a PR means line break. Finally we are using a horizontal. So this is all our HTML tags, guys. So HR means it will generate one horizontal line. So this line I'm talking about. So after this comment, here is the line, right? So I'm talking about this line, guys. Fine. So I hope you have clear it now. So here get URL, this is the way we can fetch the record from any table. So in this case we are fetching a record from the attachment table. So now it is going, right? Here we can see, and all the attachment, it is going now. Second thing, guys, how we can attach a report. So here it is there, guys. So first we have checked it. Now that means how we can attach a attachment as a link. Fine. So this is the out of box email script is present. We can use this. Attaching a report using a sysid. So if you have a sysid of any report, we can attach it and we can send it as well, right? So here this syntax for that is, guys, report A, report clone A, clone B. So A is nothing but a type of report you want to attach, means whether you want to attach a report or gauge or dashboard or chart, what kind of report you want to attach it basically. So here for four types of as of now it is there, like as per the Orlando or Paris release, these are the four types supported by ServiceNow, right? So A indicates that one. So if you are sending a report, then you just use a report. If you are sending a gauge, then use the gauge ID. We will see that. And what is then B, guys? So B is the sys ID of the report, gauge, dashboard, or whatever it is. So this is basically a keyword, and the B, A is basically a keyword, and B is basically sys ID of that particular record. It could be your dashboard, it could be your report, it could be your gauge, right? So for example, I have written down. So for if you want to send a report, your report would be like this. No, sorry, text syntax would be like this: report clone report ID. This is the key. You have to paste it, and here it will come your sysID of that report. If you are sending gauze, then report is the keyword, so gauze ID, again it will get replaced with the report ID and the sysID. Same way for dashboard and for the chat ID, right? And the note section I have written, guys, multi-level pivot report can't attach to email notifications. So this is the I can say limitation of ServiceNow. We cannot attach a multi-level report, multi-pivot report. Basically the way pivot, if you have aware about the pivotal element or pivot in Excel also, so we can combine multiple attribute and we can generate. So that way if you have built a report, that will not get attached. Fine, guys. So here is, I can say, this is the limitation for attaching a report. So let's start it now, guys. So how we can attach it? So let's talk about this, guys. So I'm just going to copy, and here in the email notifications itself, what I'm going to say, report. Fine. So in the report, just keep formatting, right? So report, and instead of this I have to use one sysID. So sysID, let me open any report, view run, check if I have any report. Yeah, open incident. So let me just copy the sysID of it. So basically, you know that from where you can copy. So I'm just copying a sysID, and guys, and here, so here we have to append the sysID, right? We have to just save this. Fine. So basically whatever the result it is coming, it will send to your email, right? Just preview it. If it is giving us the preview, means it is successful. Here nothing is there, so while sending it will attach basically. So here we are attaching it, so here it will get attached, right? Fine. Now next point is, guys, I hope you have clear it now about this document attachment on email notifications. Next thing is, guys, your preview notification, we are checking it again and again. So this is the preview notification, no need to discuss again. Time zone, guys, so here is the time zone email notification. So we have talked about the properties, right? So let me show you again. So here we have a sys property. Fine. So here we will just look for the sys property. Here, yeah, I was talking about this property. So by default it is true, so by default it is taking. So let me add in the notification how we can check, that means how it is working and how it's behave. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the created one field. So that created basically have a date field. So created, yes, so created one is there here. Now let me save this and let me preview it right now how it's look like. We'll see that, and we will, once we'll disable it again, we will check how it will look like. As you can see here, PDT. So this is the basically a time zone, guys. So PDT is it's getting append with the date, timestamp, basically date and time basically over here. So PDT is the time zone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just disable this from true to false. Fine, and let me save this. Right, so we are telling to the system, that means we don't want your default time zone over here. So let me, if I will preview it again, this time PDT it should not come. As you can see here, this time PDT didn't come, right? So it's up to you. If you want a time zone, then you just append it, or otherwise just make it false. Fine guys, so next point is guys, specify alternate outbound email address notification. This thing we have already talked about guys, of from or reply to, right? So in the notifications I was talking about this from and reply to alternate one. So in the last part of the second part of this video we have talked about, right? So basically previous video, if you are watching this video, means you can check out the second video. Fine, so specify the outbound email address for a particular language. So yeah guys, so this we didn't talk about. So if we want to send a notification to a specific for particular language, so how we can achieve it? So open any existing notification and what it will contain section and the from field, right? So basically I'm talking about this notification only. So in the from field you just type your address. So your address will go over here, xyz.com. Fine, so here you have put it down the from this address. Now from this go to when to send section and create a condition assigned to and select the language basically. So here what you have to do, here you have to add a condition and basically assign to, and basically you have to do the so related list users, assigned to users, and then language, right? So here selected, fine, assigned to language is English. So as of now we have not enabled any other language. So once you will enable plugin for others languages, it that option it will come over here guys. So but this is the way guys we can trigger a notification based on the assigned to languages basically. So assigned to whoever the person assigned to, and if you will open the record here, in this record you can find a language, right? So right now here it is not there, but we can bring it from here, right? So as a default it is not there, but we can bring it. Fine. So now next point is guys, notifications variable guys. So this is the very important one guys, because I'm going to talk about many things. I have already talked about many things like how we can get a dynamic value using a number, right? So under dollar, curly braces and number. So basically here it's going to replace the, and what it will contain in the subject line section, as you can see here. So here it will give you the number, means this is the way we can retrieve the dynamic value, whatever the number field value it will have, we can get it. So if you want to get it from other short description value, so you just mention the short description. Fine. So now next one guys, here the URI. So URI is very important guys. If you want to make a like a link, and after clicking on that link, if you want to redirect your user to that link, then you can use a URI, but that will act as a link. But if you want to showcase incident, while clicking on the incident it should get redirect, then you can use the URI underscore ref. So there is a little bit different here, it will not showcase you the number, but if you want to showcase your number, then you have to use the URI underscore ref. So let me show you guys, so right away. Here after before report this way, URI, fine, URI underscore ref, and so let's make it bold case, right? So click here, incident, same, right? Fine. So I'm just saving this instance, notification, and just let's preview it how its link it will create for us. Fine. So if you go down, as you can see here, so one is created the link and one is created the with the incident number basically. So how we are checking, because this incident number by default it is selected. If you are changing any incident number, then based on that it will got change your number as well, right? So I'm talking about the 28, so it will give us the 28. So let me click on it, will redirect me to the same incident, right? Can you see that? If I'll click on the link as well, it will also redirect me to the same incident. So both are same. So how you want, if you don't want to show the number to your users, then just go with the URI. If you want to show the the number, you just go with the URI underscore ref. I hope you got it, the difference between URI and URIF. So similar steps guys, it will work also for the reference field. So if you are working with any incident table, and on that incident table like a change or problem is your reference, or configuration item is your reference, or you want to make a link for that, then you just use the same to configuration. If you are using a URI, that will generate a link, and if you are using a URI ref, that will generate a number. So in this case guys, let's use our this value basically. Fine. So I'm going to use this. So let's check it out how we can change request basically. Pause by change, pause by change, we are bringing it, right? By change, just put dollar. Fine. So basically this is my variable name. So let me show you. Close here. So this is the number, it will come up. So u underscore cause by change. So variable dot URI underscore ref means it will give the reference to this. So we can directly jump to this record basically, right? So let me save this. Now I'm just clicking on the preview. Can you see that it will redirect me to the change request, right? Same change request. Here is also 7. Fine. So if you wanted to have a reference, then you can use this way. A script mail, we have just talked about, like how we can add a scripting, like a mail script in our notification. So basically this is our mail script. Okay. So guys, yeah, fine. So unsubscribe guys, so this is the simple one guys. So if we can use this, give us the same. So by default this email templates basically it is coming as a unsubscribe, but if we don't want, so right now it is coming over here guys, right? So let me just remove this and let me save this, and then we will preview it. This time it will not come. Fine. So let me do it again, and I hope so. As you can see here now, unsubscribe or preferences, it is not coming. We want to include it our own. So how we can do it? Down, what we can do, add our this subscribe. Here we'll just remove this. And hold here. After this we wanted to use a unsubscribe or subscribe. Explain little bit on this guys. Let me first test it. Fine, so I have added two manage preferences. We can add it here as well, like add this way, and here it will also subscribe or something. Fine, so it's up to you if you want to add it or not. So I'm just adding it in the manage preferences. In this it will come by default unsubscribe. Fine, so I'm just saving it, and now let's do the preview. This time it should show me manage and unsubscribe and manage preferences. So if you will do the manage preferences, it will ask to the your notification preferences. It directly redirecting me, right? Cool thing, right? Fun. So next thing, guys, what I'm going to over here, yeah. So if you want to copy over here, like if you want to copy your attachment from one record to another record, just a simple one line code, it is there. Guide, you have to use a glide system, glide sys attachment dot copy source table. Here you have to provide and the sys id and the destination table and the sys id, right? So from which source it is going to which destination, simple as that. Email templates and email layout we have already talked about, guys. So you know that, like ensure all the notification have a consistent layout, such as always display a header, body and footer. So on that case, if you want to make sure, that means header, body and footer all the notifications should have, then definitely you have to configure the email layout. Display a static content, guys, for all email notifications, such as a company logo or background. So this thing, it will come under the your email layout. Basically in every email you want to attach your logo, right? Or background, something color if you want to add it. So that way you can upload it in the manage in the email layout. Declare inline style. Inline style means there itself, in the code itself, you have to just use a inline style, right? So how we can declare your font, text, all these things inline style, and your styling will be somewhere else, right? So in the style section your styling would be there, and over there we can define it. Provide user with the link to common response actions such as unsubscribe. Yeah, so same thing, notification preference. This thing which we have just now added, we can keep these preferences in the email layout, basically. Fine. So watermark on notifications email we have already talked about. This is the kind of prefix, auto number identify on the source record, so this will generate from the source, and this is the 20 character string which will generate, or each the time it will generate a different one. So for each record it become a unique one. Fine. So next, in the next, guys, I will be talking about the troubleshooting part over here, right? So we have a mini troubleshooting, 17 point we have a troubleshooting, and then we will be talking about the email trigger through the event, right? And the last one, guys, which I have not mentioned, that we can configure the notifications, like a manual notifications, guys. So if you are on the form, then you just click on the three dot, and here is the email. So how it will come in your newly created table, and how we can configure our messages and reply to if we want to bring it. So if I'm clicking right now, so it is coming by default as a requested for in the tool. So if I want to from the caller, how we can add it, in the CC, BCC, and the subject line and this. So we can configure all these things in the next video. Thanks, guys. So in the next video we will be covering a email trigger, troubleshooting, and last one is the manual email notification trigger. Fine, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, this is the part 4 and last video of the notification series, basically. So if you have not watched the part 1, 2 and 3, please go and watch that first, because this video I'm going to talk about a little bit more high concept about notifications email. Fine guys, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to start with the fun one, sorry, over here, manual email notification, how we can configure it. So how we can achieve it, like right now it is coming. So here we have it guys, in the left navigation just type email over here, so in email section, and here you can find the quick message basically. Fine, so not quick message is, you have to client tab. Yeah, so basically you have to look for the email client templates, right? So I have already created for my incident table. If you have not created, then that it will not come in your ticket basically. Fine, so let me open it. So what I have done it over here guys, so I have created one record over here, and here I have just given the name manual sent email, and I selected the table name. If you want to give the conditions, if you want to have a particular condition, then it should be visible, then you can just edit that condition as well. Fine, so now here the content I have written, like this is the exact going to be a content when you are sending an email. So subject line I have just given number and the short description. So number it will come from here, short description it will come here. Fine, so content type I have given the HTML. I want to have it. So here by default I will say this is test email notification. Fine, and who is going to be recipients over here, so based on that we can define it over here. So right now for two section I have given the requested for, but you can just give the comma separated one. Fine, if you want to add it more in the two section, you can just do add a comma separated. Fine, from or to, if you want to set it up, or you can set it up from here, but by default it will come, if you see it over here, by default it is coming the ServiceNow one. Fine, but still on top of that you can set it up from email and apply to email. Fine, so this is a very simple guys. So one more thing guys, that is a very important one. If you will set it up all these things also, and second thing, that is the very important one, you have to set it down, that one record we have to do the collection, right? So you have to look for the collection. So for every table we will be having one collection over here. Let me just open it. In the collection, go to advanced, in the attributes guys, you have to set this value email client equal to true. If you are not setting it this value, then your email will not work. First of all, got it? So this has to be set. If you are not setting it, everything is done, and if you have not done this setup, your manual email will not work. Got it? So this is the two things you have to take care. Fine, so let me just back. Now it's working, we can send an email. Fine, so now let's move on to the next thing guys. So email, trigger email through the event, right? So as of now what we have done, we have configured the email notification whenever event is getting triggered from the here basically, right, from the table. But we don't want to trigger based on the condition. So based on the insert or update, we don't want to trigger. So based on that, our event trigger, whenever the event trigger, it could be from your workflow, it could be from your SLA. Just let's take an example. If you want to configure a notification, if your SLA is breaching from coming from 25%, 50%, 25%, or 100%, on that four condition, if you want to trigger the notification, how you will do that? Using a event trigger. So guys, for that what you have to do, it's a very simple step, it is there guys. So basically event are a special record system used to log when certain conditions occurs, and take certain condition occur means like SLA reaches to 50%, 25%. On that condition, if you want to send a notification, then we can do so, right? And the method we are using, event queue, we will be using this method to send a notification. We will see in a couple of moments. Method is a part of the glide system server side API. Basically this code will run at the server side. This is not a client end side script basically, right? So event queue method insert an event in an event queue, right? So the event queue method is typically passed 4 parameter, but can also take a fifth parameter. So we will be talking about this fifth parameter. So this is the important one, guys. So first thing, guys, event name. So what it will contain, first it will contain the event name. So we will be having one event we created in the our event registry table. We'll see in a couple of moments. So enclose the event name in the quotes. So we'll see that syntax also. Glide record object typically a current, but can be a glide record object also, right? And this third parameter is guide. This is for setting a params1 value. So if you have seen that in the notifications, so once we will configure the notification, and we will be selecting over here as a event fire in the here who will receive section, we will be having a params1 contains recipient and the params2 contains recipient. So you have to make it this checkbox if you want to send a notification through this two, through the event one. Fine. So if your everything is setting from the params1, well and good, it will come over here, right? So now we'll see that practical example, guys. Don't worry. So fourth point is the param2 one, guys, and fifth one is the name you manage the event. This is the optional one, so we are not taking care. So this is basically a example, guys. So how we have to call this our event queue. So gs dot event queue, and now this is the event name, event dot name. So this is basically our event name. This is the glide record object, gar something we can pass it. Params1 contains your recipient list, and param2 also contains your recipients list if you have. Otherwise you just pass the null value. Fine. So how a step to create an event. So it is it has mentioned register an event in the event registry. So basically event registry goes in this table. Create a business rule. From business rule we can trigger the notify event, right? And third is the notification. We have to create one notification and set to the event is fired, right? So let's do it, guys, one by one. So three things we have to do. The first thing, it is saying create a event in event registry. So here we have to go and type the event registry. Fine. So here we have to create one event registry name, right? So what I'm going to create event registry with see event dot test, right? So here I will be selecting incident. These are optional, we no need to fill this, so just save it. Just do jet2a. Registry, yeah, here it's came now. This is the one. Let me my incident.test is the one. So now second thing, guys, we have to create one business rule, and from there we have to file. Before that, guys, let me create one notifications. What I'm not going to use the same notification, so I'm going to create a new notifications, but for same table, and I'm going to give one notification name called event test notification. Fine. when to send, guys. This time instead of this I'm going to select the event is fired, and here we have to select the our event name. So our event name is my incident.test. So I have selected. On top of it, if you want to give the condition, you can give it, but event is fired, so leave it blank. Need to attach the any extra, and here I'm just going to select assign to anyone can mention. Let's make it simple. Say same thing here as well. Fine, so let's save it. Now two things is ready now, guys. So one is the event registry is ready and the notification is also ready to be triggered. Now second thing we have to trigger, last thing we have to do it, that is the business rule. So business rule, I'm going to create it from same table. So what I'm going, business rule over here, click on the new button, and here keep the name event test notifications, right? Say when to run after date and state is one up. Let's say state is one. Fine. And in the action, in the advance, what I'm going to do, I'm going here this, right? So this is the one I'm going to here. Now instead of the glide record, what I'm using a current. In the params, here I will be making blank, and the here you will be doing dot get user. Fine, so this will send to this person. Fine, if you want to do a glide record, you can just do a glide record, bring all the your recipient and send it. So for now I'm just sending it to the logged in users, right? So in the params one, we have set it as a logged in users. So in our notifications also we have to select, right, params one. Save this. We will see over here, we will set this as a close complete, and we will see the our logs. So let me emails logs over here, right? This many is there. Here I will be going close complete. This time it should send a notifications, right? So this it right now 6 is there, should come. It will take some time, it little bit time, so but it will come, guys. It is not coming, something happened. Okay, not coming means we need to check what is happening. Dot get user, when to run, let's check again. State is 1, it is after update 30. Oh sorry, we have not given the event name, guys, first of all. So here we have to provide the event name. So take my bad. So here we are providing a now. So now because system was not identifying which event I have to trigger, right? So now we have tell to the system, please trigger this event. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just update it again back to work in progress, and I will update it again to close complete. So this time it should trigger an event. You can see here guys, now it's got trigger event test notifications, right? Got it guys. So you know now how we can configure notification, and we can trigger a notification through the event, right? It's very simple. You have to do three things. First is you just create one event in the event registry, create one business rule, because we have to trigger, we have to call this a script basically from the server side. It doesn't matter, that means you have to create it in the business rule only, but for this example I have created through the business rule. You can create through the workflow, you can create through any other stuff like a script include, but whatever the server side script is there, from there you can trigger this event. Fine guys, so last thing I'm going to talk about guys, that is the troubleshooting part, which is a very important one guys. So after having all the setup, each and everything as expected and the way I have explained, but still if it is email is not getting triggered, then what could be the possible reason? So there are common, I have written down 17th reason it could be, right? So if everything is set up, let me talk it about if you wanted to trigger these notifications and they to this user, and this user is not having a valid email address. If it is not, then notification will not get triggered. If it is having a valid email address and this is inactive or logged out, then still it will not get triggered. Got it? So this is the possible reason. So if it is not getting triggered, try checking this one. Another things guys, so if you go over here in the preferences, if particular users, if they have disabled the notifications, so I'm just let talk about this assignment group, right? So just look for the assignment group notifications. So if they have disabled these notifications, then that users means right now we have logged in with the admin, so admin will not receive the email even they have everything email id active, not logged out. So if they have disabled it from here, it will not receive, means person will not receive the email. Fine. So same way I have written down the many points. What I will do, I'm going to attach this things in the description so that you can go through it all. Fine. So let me know guys, so this was the last part of this notification series. So let me know if I have missed anything. I think I have missed out the SMS one guys. So for SMS, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one new video for only SMS configuration, like what are the things you have to do. You have to send a notification. So for that I'm going to create a separate video. But apart from that guys, I hope so I have covered all the things, all the required things I can say, which is related to email notifications. And in upcoming session also guys, I'll be making a video on the event, not event guys, or email inbound integration. So that is also a part of the email, so that I will make a separate video, that is also which will come under the integration. So we can take care in the integration series. Fine guys, thanks for watching. Thank you. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Thanks, keep watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, in this video I'll be talking about client script in details. So let's start now. Guys, before starting our practical example, let's understand what is a client script and where we can use it and on which scenario we can use it, right? So it's a simple, in one sentence I can say client script is a client side scripting, okay, which runs on the browser. So whatever the manipulation you want to perform on the client side, you can do via the client script. Like in any programming languages also, like there would be two part, one is the backend part, one is the front end part.
Okay, so backend part here in ServiceNow also, like some scripts are there which runs on the backend, like server side, and some scripts are there which runs on the client side. Client side, I mean to say, means on the browser. Okay, so client script is one of those which runs on the browser. Okay, so to navigate to a client script, there are various way, like while opening a form also we can go and just right click. We'll see that all the way how we can go to a client script. So first way, to go to the client script table, to from the left navigation, just type a client script, and we have to look for the here system definitions. Okay, under the system definition, we have a client script. Okay, just click on this menu, it will bring you to the client script table. So here all the client script will display here. So wherever you are writing, it doesn't matter like on which table you are writing, by default it will come on this table. Okay, now from here you can just type, click on the new, it will be redirected to the client script form. Okay, so this is the one way. So second way, like when on which table we want to apply. Okay, so let's take about our example itself, my incident. Okay, I want to apply a client script on this table, like on the form. Okay, let me just duplicate it. So here I will be opening a form. On this form I want to apply a client script. Okay, we'll talk about the use case, all these things. So how we can do, we can just open on the form, on the header, just go to right click on the header, config, and then you have to look for the client script over here. Okay, now from the same thing in the from the list view also, you can go here config and the client script. Okay, so three way we have seen, we can navigate to the client script page, right? Now let's understand here, so what types of client script we can write over here. Okay, so first attribute, this is as in we can say here, this is the new form for the client script. Okay, so let me open it the new for you again. So client script. Okay, so here in the new tab, and let me press the new. Okay, there are a couple of attributes which need to be filled. Okay, so first thing, you have to give the name, like for what purpose you are just creating this client script. Just short form you have to provide, like onload attribute, like that you have to provide. So my demo client script, like that I have given. So what is the purpose for this client script? Always you can define in the description section. Okay, table, here you have to choose on which table you are going to apply this client script. Okay, so in this case I'm going to select my incidents. We are like in this whole series I will be talking about this my incident table only. Okay, so whatever the things we are going to apply, we will apply on this table, like a business rule, SEL, and other such stuffs. Okay, UI policy, data policy. Fine, so table I have selected, on this table I want to apply. Then it is asking for UI type. So UI type is desktop, mobile, or service portal, or all means both, means mobile, service portal, and desktop. Okay, guys, here if you are selecting all, it this client script work for the mobile service portal as well. Okay, we are just going to create for the desktop only, desktop version. Description, if you want to keep a message any, just keep it message. And here the script you can write it here, right? Now the most important one, that is the type here. So what types of client script are you going to create? Okay, so let me just open this. So there are four types of client script. Okay, so other details are common. Okay, it will apply for every, but here a type on which types of client script you are going to create. So based on your requirement, based on the scenario, you will be creating a client script. correct. So here just let's take an example like you want to create an on sale edit. Let's understand first each and every types of client script. So what is the use of on sale edit? On sale edit means like if you want if you are creating this on sale edit uh, client escape means you are talking about the list view of the form. You don't want to suppose that if you want to make a mandatory field and then on the form it would be mandatory, but what about the list? If someone will come and it will edit from the list view also. We'll see this example so that it will be very clear to you. Okay, I will come back on this. So first let's understand the onload. So onload is a like a type of client script which will run while loading your form. Okay, so what kind of scenario it could be for this onload types of client script? So it would be like while loading a form, if we want to make some mandatory field, then we can write here a script and we can make a mandatory. Okay, so on that case, so in this case example, just I'm taking my demo script. Here I will be writing our form. So on load, what I'm going to do in the script, we have to write. So g underscore form is one object on the client script. The full form of a g underscore form is a glide form. Okay, so for glide form it will give you the access to your this page on which table you are basically applying on the client script. So in this case, in this example, we are applying on this table, right? So in this table we have a object now g underscore form means on the current object we can have the data. If we will load this, then it will execute this, because we are saying okay, on load please execute this script. Okay, so for g underscore form it will give you the access, basically object of this your current um, form, I can say. Okay, so current form means g underscore form dot what you want to do. Like if you want to make a mandatory field, then you have to do, like there are many form so sorry, many functions over here. So here would be there, you have to look for the uh, set read only or set mandatory. Okay, and here if you will just move your mouse and if you select it, here it will give you the description what the this function is for what. Okay, so I'm just selecting it. It will ask me to which um, field you want to make a mandatory. Okay, so first we have to select. Okay, so let's check any field on the form. As of now company field is not mandatory, right? So first we have to check what we have to do. We have to check the attribute. So this is the, where is field name is the company. Okay, so this is the label and this is the actual attribute name. So we have to deal with this name, internal name of this dictionary. Okay, not with the display value and display name over here. Okay, basically a label. This is called a label. So here we have to say okay company. So if we'll say true, true means it is going to be a mandatory. If it is a false, if it is already mandatory means you don't, you just remove the mandatory. Okay, so just let's check example one by one. So I'm creating this one. So company as a true I have given. It means I'm going, once the form is loaded, so it become a mandatory. So let's check now. I'm just reloading it the form. As you can see here now a star mark is come up, right? So a star mark indicate that it's a mandatory. As you can see here now it is mandatory, must be populated before submitting, right? So one more, a couple of things. Yeah, so if you want to make a mandatory for assignment group, so what we have to do, you have to just right click. You have to make sure that means you are giving a correct field name. Okay, so always best practice, just go and right click if you don't remember the field name. Okay, so what we have to do, again we have to do g underscore form dot set mandatory, and you have to give this and the true value. Okay, now let's save this. Again we have to reload the form. Now as you can see here, now company and assignment group both are mandatory. So now what I wanna do on the load, I want to make this as a read only so that no one can edit it. So what, how we can do so? So first we have to take this number. Okay, number, let's copy it. I'm just copied it, and here again we have to use g underscore form. So you have to remember g underscore form whenever you are dealing with the client script. At the client side, this object is very useful. So these many options are there, no need to remember the options. Also you have to go and check what is used for each and every options. So here you have to set, this time we are going with the read only. So we have a read only, and it is saying first you have to provide the field name, and then you have to provide the boolean, means true or false. So same thing it will work. So number here true. If I will give false, it means it will remove the read only, means like if it is already read only, then it will make a editable field. So as of now, as you can see here, now there is no read only. So if I will replace it, now see it's become a read only. Now no one can edit it, right? So there are various function, it is already there, you have to go through all by one by one. Okay, in the Google Docs, like docs.service, now you can find this, what is the use of these functions. So once you will start using it, so like suppose get table name, it will give you the table name. Get unique value, it will give you the sysid. Get value, it will give you the field value. Okay, so okay, so let's check it out. So I want to alert this value. Okay, so how we can do so? So g underscore form dot get value. Okay, and get value we have to provide the string, that is the number, right? I'm just simply alert it. I just want to print this, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use here. Okay, so in the alert box it will pop up for whatever the number would be there for this. Okay, so now let's refresh this. Correct, now you got the value. If you want to set the value, so how you can set? Again you have to do the set value, is one function is there. So g underscore form dot set value, sorry, right? So you have to use, and here it is there, like a field name and value you have to define. Okay, so there are various functions available on the uh, g underscore form. Okay, that is the object. So I'm hoping you have to go through the docs.servicenow.com, and there you have to check for the functions name. Okay, now other things, we have to check onload. We have understood what is the onload concept. Now let's check on change, means like on change on any field. As I said, like here on, if I select the on change, then it is asking to select the field also. So on which on change you want to do your steps? Like suppose if I was say on change of the assignment group, it should be a read only to requested for. Okay, so on change of this or a state, if it is on change of this, then work in progress. Then okay, just take example of if a state is work in progress, then it should be mandatory. So how we can achieve this? So okay, I'm not going to do steps over here. Let me write a new one for this. Okay, so on change of the state, we have to make the read only of this field assigned to. Okay, so how we can do so? Here change demo. Okay, table we have to select my incident, and the type we have select on change, and then you have to select the field. In this case we have to select the state, right? So because state, fine. So if on change of this and work in progress, then it should be read only, just like not only anyone. Okay, so if on change and work in progress is selected, then please make a read only. Okay, and the simple, if on change, then you have to make a read only in this so what you have to select, all field name is the state. Whenever the state will get changed, we have to execute some of code. Okay, so here it will give you the old value, new value, is loading if you want to perform some operation while loading the form, is template, and the control means um, um, you want to get a control of this whole form. So on that case, you can use a control method. Okay, we'll see in coming example. We'll take one scenario, we'll see that. Okay, so for on change, uh, here we have to write on change of the state, g underscore form, or g underscore form dot what, um set mandatory, right? Mandatory is the which one? Let me select the true, and here is the assign to. Okay, so this we have to copy it. So copy it here. Fine. So let me save this. Okay, now let's reload the form. Okay, so if I will change the state, as you can see here, now it is getting mandatory, correct? But on load it is not getting mandatory. Hope you are clear with this example. And now the third one, we have the on sale edit. On sale edit means now, yeah, now you will understood. So here suppose that on the form we are making a mandatory. Okay, let me save this form. Okay, here I'm just saving this form, selecting any group here and right click and save this form. Simple. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm coming here. Here assignment group is mandatory, right? But what I'll be doing, I'll be just right clicking it here and double click on the assignment group and saying okay, empty. It is taken, right? So that should not be the case, because on the form we are asking it has to be mandatory, but on the list view we are not restricting it. Okay, to restrict the list view, you have to write what kind of a script, that is the on sale edit. Okay, you have to check it should not be mandatory, like that way. Okay, on submit, that is the last one, which will tell like before submitting the form, make sure that everything is okay, means everything the way you want to user input the form, everything is as expected. Okay, so now let's talk about one example or use case, so that you can get a better clarity on that. Okay, so use case is create a desk id field on my incident table. Okay, it should be have a specific format. So user has to enter a desk number in this format. IND indicates for India, BLR for like city name, and the L for like a left wing or right wing, where is the desk location, and this is the desk number. Okay, so this is the way I have explained it. Okay, so don't worry, I will share this file in this video. You can find in the description of this video. Okay, here I have sorry, clearly mentioned what does it mean by this, mean how we can achieve this. So for this we have to use the regular expression, so you have to understand how regular expression will work. Okay, so now let's jump to the our example. Okay, let me close all this window. Fine, so let me navigate to my incident. Guys, I have already created two client script. Okay, let me show you to save our time. Basically your client script, yeah. So here recently we have created these two, right? So I have created this to, okay, to achieve this requirement. Okay, because we need a regular expression, all these things. Don't worry, this code I will be explaining each and everything in details. Okay, so this here is the, so first let me to make this active, and here also. Okay, and now let me open the form. So here is our form. Guys, I have already created one field called desk id, as you can see here. Right here we can see we have already created the field called desk id. Okay, now my requirement is here that user has to input the value in the desk in this format. If they are not entering, it has to some give some pop-up, means you have to enter in this format. So first you have to indicate. Okay, so let me show you. If I'm just clicking here, it is giving me must format must be in this format, right? So if I'm typing and something like that, if I'm mousing over it, it is saying no, no, this is not in this format, right? Fine, so we'll see how we can achieve this, right? So it is already working, so let's check for achieving this what kind of client script I have written. Okay, so I have written a two client script. One is the on load over here, so while loading a form this script will execute. Okay, what is this script is doing basically here, see. So basically what I'm doing, so here g underscore form as it is on the client side, so I'm using a g underscore form get control. Okay, get control of this id means I'm getting a get control of this id. Okay, now we have that object of u underscore desk id. Now we are calling two function. If you aware about the javascript function on focus on blur. Okay, on focus means whenever you will keep your mouse over here, this is called on focus. On blur is this. Okay, once you will move your mouse from that field, that is a on blur. So on that two function I have created. Okay, on focus it will call this function, and on blur it will call this function. Hope it is visible for you. Okay, now so see again, so on focus this function will get called, right? So this function what I'm doing, I'm just saying g underscore form hide all field message. If is there any field message, you just hide it. Field message means this one, this is the field message. Okay, this one is the field message I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm saying first, if already it is already displayed, please hide it and then display show field message, means where it has to show. This is the one function show field message. So where you want to show means you have to provide the first field message, and then you have to type your this is your field basically. This is your what can I say, message which you want to pass it. Okay, and what types of information you want to pass it, means information like it will be in blue. If you are giving errors, then it would be like a red. Okay, so I'm info I have given like in this will display in the blue color. Okay, fine, let me move that. Okay, done. Okay, so here on this function we have written only simple. So if we are doing this one, then as you can see here it is coming. So on focus it is displaying. So on focus this message is coming up. Okay, on blur, so once where we are moving out our mouse from here, means cursor I'm just moving out from this field, so that field is getting hide. How it is getting hide? Because here on the blur we have written this and we are hiding the hide all field message. Correct, got it? So now, so this is the onload it is happening. So this message here displaying, that is for because of this onload script. Okay, now So how on submit we have to prevent, we have to check, right? So if you have not entered in this format, system should prevent to save the record, right? So for this we have written, like, again we have first we have got the control. Let me open it little bit. Yeah, so here we are getting a control. Okay, so again we are calling a two functions. So first one is the on desk control on focus over here, displaying a message. Oh, same I think I have created, sorry. So yeah, sorry. So this here you have to check, right, on submit. So while submitting the form, once you will click on the submit over here, so this will get execute, right? So this will get execute. So first again let me make it little big. Okay, so this will get a value. First we are getting the value of whatever the field, on that field it is there. Okay, so now we are talking about one second guys. Yeah, so then we have defined our pattern. So this is the pattern you can find in the Google, like regular expression you will get over there, you can check it out. I will leave a link for regular expression over there, you can check it out whether how it will work. So let me explain you a little bit more over regarding this regular expression. Okay, so I indicates means I and D, this is the static value you have to provide. Okay, so first thing you have given I and A, that is the static, it has to start from the I and A. If you are giving any order like a D and I like that, it will not accept. Then we have given a slash dash means it will accept the dash. Okay, simple dash. And then in the bracket we have given like A to Z means it will accept a alphabet character from A to Z in capital letter, only 3 letter. Okay, in the curly braces I have mentioned 3 means it will accept 3. If you are giving a 5, it will accept 5. Then again I have given the dash means slash dash means it will take a dash. Again A to Z means I have not given curly braces means by default it will take 1. Okay, left wing or right wing like that. Then we have defined slash D and then 4 in curly braces. So it means D for indicate for digit means it will accept the 4 digit, and the end percentage it will say like end of the your string. Cool. So this is all about your pattern, like you have to regular expression you have to check. Just type anyway I will be leaving a link for that. Okay, then I'm checking pattern dot test and I'm passing this as a parameter. So it will give me whatever the value user has inputted, it will check based on this pattern and it will give me the true or false value. Okay, if it is as per expected, as per this pattern, it will say true means we are allowing them. If it is not, then we are saying error message g underscore under add dot error message invalid update, check value and resubmit. Okay, and then we are displaying on the field incorrect data enter, format must be in this format and error. Okay, so let's save this form and let's check it out. Okay, so company, let me give this and I'm just giving I and D I'm giving, and then HYD, HYD means Hyderabad. Okay, and then I'm giving R for right wing, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this is more than 4, right? So if I will save this, it will say okay, check value and submit, and here it is saying in the red, as you can say this is in the format. Okay, so let me do one more thing. So now it's become 4 and here I'm making one more. Okay, again I will be saving, let me just close this. Again if I will save this, again it is saying invalid. Okay, fine. So this is also fine. So if I will give the in only, again it will show same thing because it is not as per the format. So ind and hyd are for right wing and this is the desk number. So this is the correct format, right? So this time it should accept. Correct, right? It now it has accepted. So this was all about, guys, about the client script. If you have any doubt and need any clarification on any topics, not only the client script, I have a Telegram group. I will leave that link on this video also. Okay, and you can just search in Telegram like a ServiceNow help desk. You will get it directly, and you can join there and you can ask your questions over there. That group is only I have made for the clarifying your doubts. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.